is must-watch television for entertainment, for education, for information, just everything. You need to be watching this drama series. It's important for men, it's important for women, especially men, I would say. I'm gonna put that out there. My name is Sophie Hannah and this is the CINE vlog, which is a vlog all about film reviews and everything to do with film. But even though I say that, we're taking a slight departure today because I'm going to be talking about a TV series called I May Destroy You, which is currently showing on BBC Iplayer. It was written, co-directed, produced, and is starring Michaela Coel, who is also the star of the phenomenal program Chewing Gum. And this series needs to be watched on every level, by every person. I May Destroy You is about a woman called Arabella who is a writer, and the day before she's supposed to hand in a deadline to her next writing piece or to her next book, she goes out with some friends, her drink is drugged, and she is sexually assaulted. It also looks at other different forms of sexual assault. For all of those different people that it has happened to, it looks about the trauma and the after effects and how people continue to go on living life or surviving in some cases. Now, looking at the pros of this drama series, number one would have to be just the writing and the script. This is just so powerfully written and it brings together so many different elements. It's powerful at times, it's raw, it's extremely uncomfortable at times, it's also hilarious, it's so funny, so witty, just all these different things melded together. There are some times when I'm laughing my head off and there's sometimes where I'm literally hiding in the chest of my husband because I cannot watch it. It's so uncomfortable or it's so embarrassing, but she just manages to fuse it all together to be able to talk about sex and rape and consent, but also to have you dying of laughter and cringing at the main character all at the same time. The next pro for me would definitely have to be the actors. I'm really talking about the main three. Everybody is good in this, but the main three characters that we're seeing, which is really Arabella, played by Michaela Coel, also her friend Terry, who is played by Uruchi Opia. Then there's her other friend Kwame, who is played by Papa Aswidu. These three together just shows what fantastic Black British talent is out there. They're very human and they're very messy. Like, I have to talk about Arabella specifically. Like, she's so messy, she's so vulnerable, she just doesn't have it together the majority of the time. Before she was assaulted, she didn't really have it together then either. And I think watching this made me feel extremely uncomfortable because it really made me challenge the representations of Black women that I see on television. I was watching this like, girl, you just need to get it together. Like, you can't be this messy. You need to be stronger. You need to be more put together. But it's like, why does she? You know, like, and that's why this program is so good. It makes you ask those questions to yourself. And you see Arabella, who is falling apart and failing and succeeding, all these things at once. And it really challenged me to look past what I've been told women should be, especially how Black women should be. And I'm just really grateful for Michaela Coel being brave enough to put this character out there. This drama series is slightly based on Michaela Coel's own experience. She was sexually assaulted, so some of it rings very true for her and some she says is complete fiction. But to be able to craft this character, to craft all these different experiences and all these different parts of her, honestly, there's the scenes in Italy, and I'm not giving anything away here, so it's not a spoiler, but I honestly wanted to cry at some parts. Just the things that Arabella is going through, just the pain and the hurt and the embarrassment. And you really just want to reach across the screen and give her a hug and give her a good talking to at times. But Michaela Coel really humanizes all of the characters. So for Kwame and Terry, the great thing about them is nobody is completely good and no one is completely bad. No one's a villain, no one's a hero, they're just people. That's how people are. And there's something that happens in episode 8, so that's the latest episode that comes out, that Terry, you find some information about her, and it made me think, should I rethink who Terry is? What Terry does, what Terry says? But the point is, she's human, we make mistakes. I also have to talk about the diverse cast because there's so many people of Black and ethnic minority. One of her boyfriends is of Asian descent, and it just made me so happy to see this much diversity on the screen. And maybe Michaela Coel had to write for that to happen. To be honest, to have that much representation, to see parts of myself or my groups or my friendship circles represented on TV, I guess it had to take somebody who was so heavily involved in the entire process, but I'm so glad that she did it. Another pro for me would have to be the way that she talks about consent, rape, sex, sexual assault. She doesn't shy away from looking it head on in the face, and I think one of the things I appreciated the most is that she doesn't make it very clear cut. The idea of sex that she discussed, the idea of rape, should I say, or of sexual assault, isn't what we have been told it is, or should I say, what we would expect when we see rape. You know, it's somebody kidnapped or taken by a stranger. And I think that's what makes it so great, because in a lot of instances, it's not clear cut. Looking at trauma and seeing that it's not a straight line, it's not linear, it goes up and down and backwards and forwards. And I think that's so important, because that is what it's like. For so many people, for people that I've known who have gone through this, it's not straightforward. And I'm really glad that she was able to communicate that. And I May Destroy You also looks at rape in terms of men and women, which I think is so necessary, because this happens to both sexes. And to give it a platform to kind of normalize, hopefully, that this happens, will hopefully allow people to feel like it's okay for men as well to come forward with their experiences. This drama series really looks at the reasons why we need to educate ourselves, educate our children, educate society on sexual assault, consent and rape, because this looks at various forms of sexual assault that I didn't even know was sexual assault. And it really looks at the idea of, to be honest, a lot of people have suffered a sexual assault, because it could be groping, it could be forcibly kissing, it could be dry humping without your consent. It's all these different things, and unless we discuss it, unless we bring into the open what sexual assault is, we are never going to empower people to be able to come forward and report it, hopefully to go for convictions, but also to let people know what has happened to them isn't okay. And it is all right to raise your voice and let it be known. In terms of the cons, I'm not gonna lie, there were no cons for me. I think this program, that this entire series is firing on every single cylinder. In terms of ratings now, I rate my films and my TV series according to burgers, because I absolutely adore them. The maximum burgers that anything can get is 5. If it's a 5 burger, it's absolutely delicious. It's something you need to recommend to your friends. It's once in a lifetime burger experience. And out of a total of 5 burgers, I would give I May Destroy You 4.5 burgers, which is extremely high. It's possibly even a 5. I'm just always reluctant to give a 5, because it's basically perfection and you can't outbeat that. So I'm very, very tight and stingy with my ratings, but I would give this a 4.5 burgers. This is must-watch television for entertainment, for education, for information, just everything. You need to be watching this drama series. It's important for men, it's important for women, especially men, I would say. I'm gonna put that out there, but everyone needs to be watching. I really hope that it empowers and that it validates a lot of people's experiences, so make sure that you are watching this. I don't know how many other ways I can say that. Now, in terms of my vlog, I always like to end it with a question, and today's question would be, what TV program, film or series have you felt has been socially important, that has made for social commentary that you felt was great for its time, which I think I May Destroy You is. So let me know down below in the comments while you're down there. As always, do not forget to like this video, to subscribe and to share it if you've enjoyed it, which I'm hoping you have. Don't forget to also follow me on social media. The details for that are down below as well. But until the next time, I'll be seeing you soon.